Good afternoon and welcome to the final legislative update from the 2014 legislative session from the Wyoming Farm Bureau Federation. I'm Dominique Giroux and this is Brett Moline. The 2014 budget session ended on Thursday, March 6th, and Management Council has decided what interim topics will be set for the next session. Today we're going to give you an overview of these topics. The Education Committee's number one priority will be to review the structure of education administration, given that Senate File 104 from the 2013 session has been ruled unconstitutional. This committee will also hear reports on education data and implementation of security for this data. The Corporations Committee is going to review a number of telecommunications issues, including the Telecommunications Act, which is set to sunset in 2015. They're also going to look at sales tax exemptions for broadband and 911 fees with prepaid telephones. The second item on this committee's priority list is election law, covering special elections, referendum revisions, ballot process, and electronic poll books. The committee will also examine issues dealing with forming special districts, such as museum districts, similar to what was done with hospital districts last year. The Transportation Committee is going to investigate options for driver's license requirements for agriculture producers, including CDL requirements and general weight restrictions. The committee is also going to look into opt-out options concerning Real ID. Application of grazing fees on Camp Guernsey will be another topic of interest for this committee. Lastly, the Minerals Committee is going to look at issues facing private landowners and state lands concerning energy development. Issues will include orphaned and abandoned wells, flaring of wells, and oil and gas well bond or other guarantee requirements. Now I'm going to hand you over to Brett and he'll finish discussing what other interim topics we get to look forward to.
Thanks, Dom. I'll start off with the Judiciary Committee. This committee will take a look at an issue that we have a strong interest in. It's criminal trespass for data collection. Some groups are coming onto private land or across private land to get to public land, trespassing and collecting data. Our stance is that if they are illegally collecting the data should not be usable. We will keep you informed as we face this issue. In the Agricultural Committee, several issues that we will be examining include animal welfare. A few years ago, we took the pet animals out of the purview of the Livestock Board. And that kind of left them without a home. This summer, over the interim, we will take a look at an issue dealing with pet animals and how to incorporate those into our statutes. Also, an issue that's going to be looked at by the Ag Committee is landowner and state land issues related to energy development. There's concerns out there that, for an example, with pipelines, once they're not used, the company goes bankrupt. How do we keep landowners from having liability issues associated with items like that? This committee will also look at what are the requirements, the rules related to designations on private property. For example, some county zoning and planning departments are making designations on or for private land and these owners are never notified. We want to try to get into statutes that these notifications must be made. We will also take a look at the Livestock Board traceability program, where they are going with that in the future. We'll also take a look at a couple of checkoff issues. One of them is the dry bean producers might want to start a research checkoff to help get crop trials, etc., going through the University of Wyoming and other research institutions. Another checkoff issue is to perhaps increase or do away with the limit on the beef checkoff. For the beef checkoff, we have policy that says we do not want to increase the checkoff monies that are collected. Another select committee, the Federal Natural Resource Management Committee, will also be meeting. This will be the third year for this committee. This committee looks at the specific issues dealing with federal lands, mineral development, livestock grazing, etc., recreation. But this committee this year has been charged with trying to figure out if we can or if we even should transfer federal lands into state or private ownership. Those are some of the things we'll be taking a look at this year. Stay tuned. We will give you updates periodically on what's been going on with the legislative committees. Thank you.